Hello, everybody in Facebook land. I'm coming to you live, and my good friends from New Jersey. And I actually got to visit you guys last week, so I'm actually a big fan of New Jersey now. Had a lot of fun. Got to visit Philadelphia as well. I'm not an Eagles fan, but I still had a good time. And we're here with Matt Curcio, longtime friend, Melissa DeSantis, longtime friend and client. And you've made a huge decision that we're going to talk about, and I think we want to really share with everyone so that everyone can kind of hear your reasons as to why. I mean, obviously, you're one of the most successful real estate agents in the country, in the top 1% in your county, obviously, and the New Jersey Remax realtors as well. And you're currently having like one of the best years that you've had in your career. So why on earth would you leave a company that you love and to go join a company that most people haven't heard of, eXp Realty? How you doing, Melissa?
Hey, Jay. Hey, Matt.
What's
okay,
up?
so first of all, I am scared to death. I'm terrified because this is my first Facebook Live. So I'm just full disclosure about that. So I'll try not to stumble too much. But a little background about me. I got into the business back in 2005. Started out part-time. I was working with a realtor because I was selling and buying a house. And I thought if she could do this, I can definitely do it. And didn't realize what was involved in being a realtor. So I started out part-time and quickly realized if I was going to be successful, I needed to do it full-time. So took a leap of faith, left my medical sales job, with the expense account, the company car and all that, and got into real estate.
Wow.
My first year, I did pretty well. I believe it was around 3.5 million, a little under 100,000. And then I said, I need to figure out a way to take my business to the next level. At that point, I went through, for me, what was a difficult time, a personal struggle with infertility. So I kind of had to take a back seat, if you will, and focus on that. I couldn't fully commit to growing my business at the time. And luckily, fortunately for me, in 2009, my twins, Nicholas and Gabriella, were born. And so after I got settled and, into the swing of things with motherhood, in 2012, I started looking for a real estate coach to take my business to the next level. And that's when I found Kinder Reese, which is, Jay, you and Mike. So yes, this will be my best year in real estate, but I've been struggling a little bit with how to grow my business, how to provide more value to my team, my clients, and just take my business again to the next level from where I was at. So I was not looking to make a move. I'll be very clear about that. I loved my office, my broker, everybody in my office. And I was not, well, where can I go? What office can I go to? That was not my agenda. But again, I was looking to grow my business and looking to differentiate myself and also change the way that I feel that the consumer views us as real estate agents, which is, as you both know, not very highly.
Right. So okay. So, obviously I think that it's important. And the reason we tell these stories and we want everyone to kind of hear the stories, because I think that, there's a common theme, if you're watching this now, or if you're watching it maybe on YouTube later, that you'll find is that most everybody that joined eXp was not looking to leave the brokerage they were currently at. And also, there's the next thing I guess I would ask is, most people have heard about eXp, but maybe you thought you knew what it was, or maybe, you weren't clear about what it was, but, how had you heard about eXp before, or was it the first time it was introduced when you saw us posting about it? How did you come across it, and how long did it take you to really look at it as a serious option for helping you grow your business?
Right. So I first heard about eXp about 2 years ago. I did not have any interest in joining eXp when the individual shared it with me. Maybe it was because it was never completely explained to me. And also maybe because the J. Kinder agents of the world weren't there either. So at that time, no, I was not interested.
And so what changed? What changed for you between now, then and now, as far as making, you ultimately made the switch, and it wasn't that long ago that we had a longer conversation about this. But what was going through your mind, and what were you seeing as the opportunity as to, why you joined now?
Well, this past year, I kept hearing more and more about eXp. And again, I wasn't interested. And then I was on the phone with an agent, and he said, did you hear that Jay Kinder and Mike Reese joined eXp? And this was like back in the summer sometimes. And I was like, what? They joined eXp? Oh my gosh. So I was like, no, I didn't hear that. So shortly thereafter, you and I got on the phone and talked for quite a bit of time. And I knew once he told me that you and Mike had joined, I said, there's got to be something to this, because being a client of yours, I knew you guys were always in the forefront, the cutting edge of real estate. So you and I spoke, we got on the phone, and you explained it to me. And I was, like you had said in one of your videos, I think, I got that eXp insomnia, where I was like, this is too good to be true. This is too good to be true. And, I think Randy eventually, one of my team members got on the phone with you as well. And she's like, I don't know, Melissa, this seems too good to be true. And I said, yeah, I know. And, I'm still like pinching myself that I'm able to align myself with you and Mike and, Kyle Whistle, all the, Brent Gove, all those mega agents, and that we're part of one brokerage. To me, it's just like mind blowing. Honestly, it's mind blowing.
And we would have, and we've said this before. I mean, I know Matt, being at our events for as many years as you've come to him, and Melissa, you as well. We've always said, how do we put our fires together and make one big fire? And right. I think I really want to impress upon you, if you're watching this, like, really look deep at the business model and look at what happens when you're in alignment with people that have a financial incentive now to help you be successful. Is a really powerful thing. And it's fun, right? I mean, this doesn't attract agents that are not serious about their business. They're not serious about either growing the business or adding more value to their customers. It just is it's a cool thing to find, this many like-minded people, and then them all be in alignment, because we all have ownership in this company, and because of the revenue share component as well. We're incentivized to be, help you, at all costs to be successful. So it's just it's a really cool thing that, some people I think don't quite see until you spend a little bit more time and really poke at it. So I'm really glad you brought that up.
Yeah. I'm going to jump in on that, because I actually had an agent sign up this morning. And he came in and, he was debating, do I join a team or do I not join a team? And I said, look, that doesn't matter to me. I said, we're going to help support you either way. And, he said, well, what if I have questions? I said, the team offers a certain thing, and off the team, I'm still going to help you grow. And he said, that's what I really, really like about when I watch the video. It seems like everybody's incented above you to help you grow. Right. And that's, again, one of the core values of the company is collaboration. Right. And, it's just huge that this company, it's kind of built in, right? And no matter who you have underneath you, you want them all to succeed, right? Yeah, there's a financial benefit as well. And that's just, one of the fixes that we have for the team model, right? The building up somebody, and then they want to grow off your team. Well, there's a fix for that, because the company will still, provide incentives for you for basically helping that agent grow into their career. And then it's okay for us to turn around and say, hey, go build your own team, because we can support them. And hey, if they build a great team, they're still in our revenue line as well. We don't just grow them up, grow them off, and then, the broker gets the broker's the one to benefit, right? Mm-hmm. Or another company if they switch companies in general. So that's a really good point. I just wanted to.
It's such a huge distinction, Matt. What you're saying is, the gentleman that came in and met with you today would have only been pitched, join my team, or there wasn't a fit for you. And the difference in this business model is, listen, if you want, me to provide leads and provide some additional value in terms of, not just the office space, but the staff and support systems and some of that, we can provide that, and you could join my team. That's one option you have. Or if you decide to be a full capping agent at eXp, I'm still going to help you, no different than I would if you were on my team. And it's such a big deal. Like, I mean, that in and of itself, it widens up. First of all, it widens up your opportunity to talk to people that maybe wouldn't be a fit to join your team. However, they still would be in your revenue share group at eXp. So it still allows you to have a conversation with someone that normally you may not have even had a conversation with. There again, you're obviously willing to help that person be more successful. So it's a win-win for everybody, man. It's just it's just a great company. I've been here 1 year as of yesterday. So I've been this enthusiastic about it, this excited about it for an entire year. My wife's, she's literally about to probably kill me from working, doing these Facebook lives while my kids are in the other room trying to be quiet. But it's awesome. So continue, Melissa. Where were we?
No, I mean, just for me, Jay, to be able to align myself with you, like we're here doing this now, and all these, these mega agents that, are doing 400, 500 transactions a year, and be able to go to them and, they're there for me to provide me mentorship or whatever it is. And when I, look back, no offense, Jay, on what I paid for coaching with your company, which was worth every penny, I will say. But I don't have to do that now. Right. Now I have access to you and to, Mike and everybody, and they want to help me because we're all one team and we're all growing. So It's like unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. So I don't, I can't say enough about what kind of experience it's been so far. It's only been a few weeks and I'm still learning and growing, but it's going to take the industry, I think, by storm, this company, because of what it's.
No doubt. So I get it. The collaboration, and that's usually you'll experience. Obviously, you probably have experience now. There's more collaboration than just with us. Like the entire company is always kind of at your fingertips, thanks to Facebook Workplace. And you have a question, you can either search and find answers to a question instantly from your phone, as opposed to like having to drive into an office and that whole process with bricks and mortar is just a lot different, and you're a lot more connected, is what I feel like. But when you look at it this time, what did you see differently? Obviously you started consuming videos and watching videos like this one. That's what most people tell me that happens. When you're not sleeping, is you're watching more videos and trying to gain more perspective. But what was it that made you say, okay, I got to do this now? Like, what was the tipping point?
It's hard to articulate, but I stalked your Facebook page, watching all the videos and watching the interviews and just getting as much information together as I could to try to make, the right decision. But I can't explain it. It was something in my gut and my instincts that I just knew that I had to do it. I knew that this is where the industry was going and this was the right decision. I know you can't make a monumental business decision, on your gut. Yet at the same time, I knew that in order to get to the next level, I needed to change. And this was the opportunity that was placed in front of me, and I feel it was at the right time. So that was, there are many reasons, which I'll go into, but it was like this crazy thing. And I've posted on Facebook before that, like I thought about it and I watched all your videos and researched it. And it just, something inside me kept saying, Melissa, you have to do this. This is the right decision. And I was running the marathon, and I kept saying to myself, okay, when I get back to Jersey, I'm going to make my final decision. And we were going to the airport, my daughter and I looked out the window and there was this double rainbow. And I've never seen a double rainbow ever. And when I saw that, I said, oh my gosh, that's my answer. I got to do it.
Awesome. Love that. Thank God for those rainbows that day.
Yeah.
Right.
When you and I got off the phone, Jay, the first time, we spoke a few times, but it was like, I couldn't sleep. I was like, oh, it was just like insomnia, my mind racing, and like, is this really what it is? And I spoke to, my team members, I spoke to family, and they were all like, Melissa, this is a no-brainer. This is really, a no-brainer. And why wouldn't you do this? And I guess for me, there's slightly under, and correct me if I'm wrong, Matt, 200 agents in New Jersey right now with eXp.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's right.
Okay.
And the guy that was here this morning said the same thing when you said your family said it was a no-brainer. He said,
Right.
he said, my wife watched all this stuff with me, and she helps me with paperwork and stuff. And she said to me, "You better get on this. You better not miss this. This is going to grow. You can see it." And blah blah blah. And she looked up the company and the stock and all the stuff, and she was like on them. So we have a timing that we're pushing them on board, but it was just funny because a lot of people are saying that, like, you can see, and if you're not agents, agents and people, if you're not being coached, you don't see the amount of talent moving over. But if you want to learn, go look at coaching, go look at all the top awards across the US and even parts of Canada, and you will see very top names in each market, each city, that are joining this company. It's for a reason. And there's opportunity. And opportunity was the main reason I switched. But go ahead, continue, Melissa.
No, it was just kind of getting out of my head, because it's scary. Change is scary.
Right.
So it was getting out of my head and saying, you can do this. And, I had reassurance knowing that, Jay and Mike were there, and being in their coaching company, they were doing things 7-8 years ago that agents are just doing now in my market. So coaching with Jay and Mike's company, I was like, I learned that 8 years ago. I've been doing that. So I'm like, if they join, they know where this is going.
Yeah.
So, I did have the reassurance of that, but being that there's not many agents yet in New Jersey, it's scary. It was scary and it is scary, but when you know.
Right. And there definitely, there's some benefit to, having somebody that and trust in eXp that's telling you about it. And that certainly, I certainly get that. And I appreciate all the kind of things you're saying, for sure. And I'm excited to be in business with you even more so than So, and I had a great time. I have to mention this for anybody that's watching this that's in New Jersey. I've never heard of this in my life, and we're going to laugh at me. But when Matt, we were headed to the event, and we pulled over to a Wawa, which I have been to a Wawa before, but I'd never seen the gas attendants, and I did not know that it's mandatory in the state of New Jersey for you. It's actually against the law for you to pump your gas. That is the most amazing thing. And as I started thinking about it, I was like, well, I bet everybody loves that. So if you're from New Jersey, give us a like if you like having your gas pumped for you. My wife, that was the first thing my wife said. She's like, man, I wish that was like that here. I was like, I bet you do. But
I don't think I never move now after having my gas pumped for me.
Right. I had a bunch of people message me like, yeah, I moved to another state and, waited outside for, 30 minutes for somebody to come pump my gas before I realized I got to pump it myself. So pretty interesting. I thought that was pretty wild. So let's talk about the the biggest advantages, for you personally in your business where you're at. When you look at the business model, what are the things that really stick out to you in terms of the benefits of moving your business over to eXp?
Well, first and foremost is the collaboration with the caliber of agents at eXp. And if anyone hasn't seen, you can Google some of the names of the agents at eXp, and you'll see the level that they're at. And I know I keep saying that, but for me personally, that was number one, is being able to go to a brokerage and work in the same brokerage as these agents. Jay, I know you've always said, you always want to be the dumbest guy in the room. And that's what I want to do. If I want to grow and succeed, then I need to surround myself with people that are going to take me to that next place of where I want to be and where my goal is. I know many agents view the revenue share with eXp as the biggest advantage. But when I was contemplating the move, I had to take that aspect out, look it out, and I said, okay, take that out. Don't let that be a decision in your move to eXp, because I was at KW and I hated being, oh, you got to recruit. I'm not here to recruit. I just want to sell homes and grow my business. With that being said, I do want to share what eXp has to offer, but I think it's different to recruit and to share.
Mhm.
You know, if there's something that I believe in and I feel it's going to add value to an agent that I respect and admire, then I want to share it. And this is something that I really believe in. This industry is so challenging on so many levels. You know, for me, you know, I'm a female, obviously, but I think it's hard to be a top successful agent and also, you know, have a family life and have, you know, everything around it. I mean, as a mom of 9-year-old twins, you know, there are times that I feel like I'm missing out on things because I'm just so, you know, worried about being a successful, good agent. And I struggle with that. And it's difficult. It's hard. And this business just makes it hard for us to be present, to really be present. And the structure of eXp is just, it's genius, because this is going to allow me now to provide more for my family and for my clients and my friends and just everyone I'm surrounded with. So
I'm going to jump in on that family comment, because I heard something really good. We were at eXpCon, I guess, I don't know, a week and a half ago now. And I don't know who said it, but you know, we've all seen, you know, each of us here and anybody watching, I think we got more than a dozen viewers have seen agents that have been, you know, halfway, 1 foot in the grave showing houses, right? Because they need the money, not because they want the money, right? And that's great. We can all love to show houses and still be in real estate. But the best comment that I heard was, you owe it to your family to learn about this company and see if this model works for you. Because there are very few companies out there that have an end game and an opportunity for you to, you know, give something to your family when you're out of this business, right? Not just like the rev share, the stock, you know, all these benefits add up, and there's ways to will them down to the next generation. And, you know, that's part of, you know, we talk, a lot of people in wealth and all that talk about legacy and everything else. I mean, this is just a huge opportunity. And again, like, as an agent, you owe it to your family. I've seen too many agents. You know, I've been at 3 funerals in the last 6-8 months of agents, and some young. And I know that there's nothing happening after that based on the companies that they were at, right? And, you know, it's just a disappointing, the whole model of realtors, you know, each franchise, it's broken. And this company has, in my opinion, the best answer to how to, you know, leave something behind for your family or to get something out of your business, right? Because I just don't believe, everybody said, yeah, you can sell your team. I don't believe so. You know, yeah, you might get some referral fees for a handful of years. People, you know, brag about that red book that has the ultimate levels in it where you can build this thing. And, you know, somebody's going to step in and take over. And I don't believe it. I don't believe it's long lasting. But I really think that this company has a model. So you need to look at it, just because you need to, you know, look at your family members and say, I looked at it. It is or is not for me. And, you know, I think once you see it, you can't unsee it.
no. I tried it. Full disclosure, I did try to unsee it, but I just couldn't unsee it. You know, and
I remember those phone calls.
Yeah.
You know, and you didn't, you know, even talk about the stock that's offered. You know, the stock for doing what we're doing anyways, and then that, you know, now I can buy stock at a 20% discount. I mean, I'm excited to see where it's going to be in, you know, 5-10 years, the stock. But even if it's not up, I didn't lose anything. You know, I'm still where I was when I started. So, you know, that, and then you have the tools, the lead generation, the resources that are available. I mean, for me, I could make you, and you could, my team member, Randy, I make her crazy, because every single day I'm like, okay, we're going to try this. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And I'm like the biggest, like, you know, if you want to sell something and market something, I'll buy it, because everything, I'm like, oh, this is going to make us, you know, I'll be like, Randy, this is going to make us on the top. She's like, Melissa, I've heard this 100 times. Okay. So I'm like, every time, well, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And I'm going in a million different directions, trying this and trying that and learning this system and learning that system. I don't have to do that anymore. Now I have the mega agents telling me, okay, this is what works. This is what you do. And then as well as what eXp just gives to us for being part of the brokerage, so it's saving me a lot of money and a lot of headaches.
No doubt. Yeah, I can't stress enough. There's no telling. I think the agents that are moving to eXp are two things. They're growth minded. They want to grow their business, and it's definitely attracting the agent that wants to grow their business and wants to do more with their business and their life. I think that's a given. But I think the segment of the market that if you're an agent that hasn't quite gotten to that success level where you can afford the kind of technology you need to automate your business and automate lead generation and follow up and those types of systems, like you're being provided that when you join eXp. Like, Melissa, and now you're at the level of success where you've learned that if I invest in these tools, I'm going to learn, I'm going to get value out of it at some level or not. Some things you'll win, some things are a loss, but that investing in your business has been a good business principle to finding more success. And so you invest in yourself. But as a newer agent or an agent maybe doing 10 or 20 or 30 deals, you have to go buy a really expensive technology. The equivalent of eXp's KV Core is a $7,000 plus a year investment. So if you have that money to invest in actual lead generation and systems, the actual things that are getting you leads, not just the tool and the technology you have, that's a really big difference maker in terms of how much success you can have to move up to that next level. So, it's always one of those tools as a coach and client. You guys probably both remember at the point at which we said, don't buy that yet. Don't buy that yet. Now you need to buy one of these tools to, you're ready for that. And now you need to, grow your business and, start building some leverage with the team and that kind of thing. So there's a moment in all of our business where that happens. But a lot of people just don't ever, have the enough revenue coming in to be able to make those expenses. And eXp solves that with the technology package that they provide you when you join eXp, which is, again, just a brilliant move on their part is, trying to help the agent be more successful.
And Jay, since this isn't, you're the expert on the actual, the structure of eXp and have done the presentation so many times. This isn't that popular in New Jersey yet.
Right.
So why don't you just share why, where the company saves its money and how it can offer these tools and just the overview of the company,
Sure.
Yeah,
that's a great point. It's and again, I think a lot of people miss that part of the story is the fact that we are a cloud-based brokerage. You think about one company, one big real estate company, and there's a couple of models. Franchising is pretty typical in the real estate industry. And, they have regions and, the regions get some of the royalties, and then you have the franchisees and they sell them, and, you got to go open bricks and mortar, and literally you have hundreds of thousands of dollars invested in bricks and mortar and this infrastructure of these regions and franchisees, and you got to pay royalties and all that kind of stuff. And what Glenn Sanford did that was just brilliant was he realized that there's so much money being invested in that infrastructure that if you could just build a cloud-based brokerage that didn't have to have bricks and mortar that, in every market to open, they would save hundreds of millions of dollars, over the years of growing. And they basically said, well, what are we going to do to build the company? Because the structure of these franchises with regions and franchisees, they're actually responsible for going out and recruiting agents. And so in every office, there's somebody responsible for recruiting agents. And eXp, that's not the case. He basically put a model in place and said, what if we were to reward, to take the revenue that we're saving and rewarded the agents that helped us grow the company? Just reward them when they tell a friend to come join and they go tell two more friends to come join, that we could, reward the agents that help us grow the company by creating this revenue share off the top. And so that was a huge incentive that has never really been done before in terms of revenue share off the top. It's been done before by Keller Williams with profit share off the bottom. If there's any profit left, you share the profits, which is a great business model. But revenue share is unheard of. It's the best deal you can get because there's going to be revenue. And when somebody does a transaction, you get paid. So, that was a really big difference with the money. He didn't say, okay, I'm just going to keep that as margin in this company. He incentivized the agents to help grow the company and invested in the technology and the tools to help agents be more successful. So by taking those hundreds of millions of dollars and reinvesting it into a couple of things that created alignment for all of us agents to want to help you guys be successful. And then the tools you need to also be successful. It really is, just was a brilliant, it's brilliant. It's really, really brilliant. I never saw this coming in a million years. And it works. It works.
And why, because people will challenge why people go public, why companies go public, need of funds, things like that. Right. So what's the actual story on why we went public?
Yeah, definitely. There's stories around why they went public, or it's a reverse shell merger, which has a lot of companies go public for that purpose, to raise capital. But that wasn't Glenn's goal. Glenn's goal all along was to try to make agents the owners of the company. So he actually took the company public for the purpose of creating additional shares of ownership for the company, and then to be publicly traded, so that there was actually real value in the shares that you owned in the company. As the company continues to grow, and as we all continue to tell more agents and grow the company and do more transactions, help each other, we all win together as the company continues to have more investors and more people looking at the company, and the valuation continues to rise as we continue to grow. We're only in the U.S. and Canada, which I saw today. We actually just added our 50th state, West Virginia. West Virginia is now in the house. The last one. I've heard West Virginia was pretty backwards. I say that coming from Oklahoma, which is not easy to say, but that was the last of the 50 states, and we're in, I think, now 3 provinces in Canada. And this is a global real estate brand. It's not just in the U.S. and Canada. We haven't even got started yet. So all the arguments that people have of the valuation, or what the stock, this and that, it's going to go up and down. I have no idea where it's going to go. I'm not going to make a bet on that, but I will tell you, I'm excited to be a part of this company, because I think we have a tremendous future ahead of us.
Yes. Yeah. And, something that neither of you is that, eXp is an agent-centric company. Jay, I learned luckily early on that, to brand myself, that it's not about the Remax, the Century 21, the eXp. It's not about the brokerage. It's about the agent. Our clients don't do business with us because we're at, any of these companies. They do business because of us. It's know, like, and trust us. And that's why they do business. And that is eXp's model. And I don't see that anywhere else. It's always about, promoting the brokerage. And, again, I say it, I learned early on, you got to brand yourself. It's about you. It's about you as the agent. It's not about your brokerage. Nobody cares. They just don't. They just don't.
No, balloons don't sell houses.
Yeah. So you said something else there when you say we're in provinces and we just got our 50th state. Well, first thing, there's a link in the bottom of this live here, and that's a full explanation, right? That on the eXp model. But what you said, we're in multiple countries now, but it's one company, 50 states, one brokerage. That's just amazing to me when you sit back and look at every other model is drop a building in a zip code, drop a building in another zip code, drop a building in another zip code. That is not this model.
It's a great point. If you think about, if you bought one of those franchises, you're restricted to growing only within that area. Yep. Where now they've taken the lid off the opportunity. So the reason you're not just seeing a bunch of agents join eXp, you're actually seeing a lot more, just as many independent company owners join eXp, because the lid has been removed from their opportunity to build a company within eXp. So super, super cool business model. I think as we continue to grow and blow people's minds, we're going to take over New Jersey. I'm looking forward to coming back and spending more time with you guys and adding more value and having a bunch of good meals late at night. That was an excellent time here at Capitol Grill. What else would you say, Melissa? Anyway, first of all, click on the link, watch the presentation, invest the 45 minutes of your time to understand the business model. Then, if you do it with an open mind, you're going to have questions, and then reach out to Melissa, reach out to Matt or myself. Any one of us can help you, but definitely reach out to Melissa and, especially if you know her, get to understand why she made the move and ask questions. And that's the first step in, learning anything is you have to seek. And then when you're seeking, you have to ask questions. And we'll be happy to help you, and we'd be happy to align with you and help you with making a decision to join the company. And we're looking forward to working together.
Yeah, and for me to have the Jay Kinders, I keep saying it, but
You quit making.
I was like, I can't believe I'm going to meet Jay Kinder. Oh my gosh, this is like 7-8 years in the making. So I was like so excited when we met and went to dinner. And they, by the way, they tried to tease me and tell me you got a stomach virus and you weren't coming. And that wasn't funny, Matt. But there's so much more I could say. But the only thing is just keep an open mind. If you would told I was going to join eXp, I would be like, you're out of your mind. You're crazy. There's no way I'm joining eXp. But you don't know what you don't know, so you just have to be open-minded and understand it and be willing to explore it. I'm not going to lie. It's scary. It's still scary because it's really not here yet in New Jersey. But anytime that I've ever done something in my life, like accomplished something, had the most fulfillment, had the most success is when I've done something that was frightening to me. And so in order to grow and take the next steps, both professionally and personally, you got to do what's scary. You got to do what's frightening. It's not fun. It's uncomfortable. Like this is uncomfortable. I don't like doing this Facebook Live. But if you want to grow and be the person that you're meant to be, you have to do it. And for me, I guess I just would leave off with saying that I'm not looking at this 3 weeks from now, 3 months from now. I'm looking at the big picture, and it's going to be big. It's going to be big.
Well said. Well said.
And we're excited to grow it here, up and down New Jersey. I mean, where I am, we got Philly, we got Delaware, we got people, all reaching out to us. And I guess, actually, look here, we got a new thing I'm going after now. I just capped, so I have 20 deals, and then I get the $16,000 awarded back to me. My entire cap at this company can be awarded back to me through our ICOM program. And for those who are looking at it and people are saying rev share, it's not just rev share. I promise you, do your research. And then another thing, it is not just a cloud-based company. As you can see, Melissa's sitting at a desk, Jay's at a desk, I'm at a desk. There are spaces for you to work, including, shared space. And then if, there's opportunity in our state to be a branch office, if you want to, for teams and things like that. So there is still a lot of opportunity here. And, I guess one other thing I'll say is we teach our clients to buy real estate every day, right? Do we teach them to rent at all? Any of our clients? No, right? So, but as realtors, what do? We rent our franchise name, then we rent our broker's office space. In every other model, I think, right? Yep. If we're not renting it physically, we're paying it in our split. Yet, this model, you become a shareholder in the business, right? And, I had a buddy that left, was with Sherwin-Williams. And, he left, 20 years, 15 years later. And, we talked about what the stock was worth when he got it and then what he had when he left. And I mean, that's amazing. And that opportunity is here for us as realtors, which doesn't exist in any other model. So I think everybody owes it to themselves to go click that link, learn as much as you can, and get to us with your questions. It's coming. It's going to grow with or without you, but we'd love everybody to be a part of it.
Absolutely.
It's going to explode.
It's going to explode. Here we go. Here we go, New Jersey. All right. Thank you again, Matt Curcio, Melissa DeSantis. Love you guys. And I'm so happy we're in business together. And I'm looking forward to blowing it up at eXp.
Thank you both.
Have a great day.
All right, guys.